Hey everybody. I want to make this super quick. I want to make this super duper quick. Because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on going through this, okay? Now, there's one more thing that I forgot to write on the board. And I'm going to write it down. So let's see. So season 7, episode 14. The episode is called Judgment Day Approaches. But, I would call it the beginning of the end. Now, that's going to be Season 7, Part 2. Okay? So, I just wanted to update on where everybody is out with Season 7. So, how many of you are at the end of it? How many of you are nearing the end of it? Well, the first part of it. That's where you should be by this point. Okay. Wonderful. How many of you are just starting it? Well, that's a good sign. Now what? How many of you are done with it? 2 people in here? Okay. So, that was probably the last of the, think of it as the last of the light, and the last of, the glory days of the wonderful ALDC team. And then it's just gonna go downhill. There's gonna be probably like a couple weeks left of just kind of, wrapping it up, and then it's gonna change. It is going to change in a very dramatic way. It's gonna, there's gonna be one change that's gonna happen. And I'm just saying this because I saw the chronology of the trailer. Then there's going to be the normal again, and then there's going to be another thing that's going to happen that's going to end the whole entire show. That's how it is. Now, for those that, I'm not going to spoil it, but the only spoiler that I will tell you is that we know that Abby would spend up to 5 years in jail. When you've all seen, an interview who's seen season 8, and she spends, like a year and a day. So that gets changed around. There's a little surprise at the end of season 7, episode 13, Nationals. The last episode of season 6 wasn't a national. So, definitely tune in to see what happens at the very, very end of the episode. But that's all I'm telling you. Okay? And I think that the beginning of the end makes a lot of sense because the weather is very clouded over and cooled down. Because it's now 2017. Okay, so today is November the 15th, also called the Ides of November. I would tell you that I regret not starting halfway down earlier, but, I'm not going to feel guilty about that. I'm not going to. So we'll get done with it when we get done with it, and then, what'll happen is, throughout the rest of this year, we will be doing it in the dominant month, so Sag book in the dominant month of the season. Okay? But come next year, we will do it in the actual, time frame, of astrology. Okay? Now, I told you, or you saw on the board that Hugo Clubus would be meeting, and it didn't meet, because I forgot about it, and Saturday's the day where I, take a break from everything. It's really the one day of the week where I just sit around and do nothing out of 6 days of the week. And then Sunday is a more productive day for me. So, Hugo Clubus will be meeting. I'm going to be having a meeting this morning, okay? After we're done with everything. We're not going to really be getting into it. We're just going to be kind of, hit the wall there. Kind of, getting into an introduction of what Huga is. Okay, and there's a documentary that I want you to watch on your own. And the documentary is, about Huga, a Scandinavian way of living. I believe that's what it's called. I have, I have the link. I posted it for a page that I made on the Hugo Clubus. And I've also posted it on the main page for everybody to see that documentary. I think it's definitely an interesting documentary. And what we're actually going to be doing is, everybody, I want everybody to at least step into the way of, living Huga. And, I want all of you to try it. Even if you're not in the club this morning about it, we're going to be, experiencing it and feeling it. And, Huga is basically a Danish, way of, happy living and, the summer and then the winter time. I was already kind of, getting into Huga yesterday while lighting a candle, because that is, one of the simplest ways to, to have Huga is, to light a candle. So, I think that, all of, I was, reading it, and, I just tried to get into it, and I was kind of, I just was caught on the idea of it, and I found it, kind of interesting. So, that book was for an aunt of mine, my Aunt Nan, but then I decided that I wanted to get the book, for my personal use, and I wanted you all to read and learn about it. So what's going to be happening is, I want you all to, okay, how cold is it outside? How cold is it outside? Let's see. Ooh, it's kind of cold. So if you all bundle up, you're going to be spending, maybe about, 15, 20 minutes, outdoors. Okay. I'm not going to be out there, okay, but I'm going to have all of you be out there, okay. I know that Abby will be out there as well, and she'll be, walking around with you and, talking, and doing, all those types of things. I will be in here. Okay? Then, after you're done with that, we're going to be finishing Blue Hotel. I recorded the last bit of it last night. I had to find a comfortable position. Long way down starts today. I want all of you to start that today. Sagitech Blender. And I think that you'll really like the book. Sagitech Blender. So what's going to be happening is today, Labimbi Bellbook has her Sagittarius Blendle. I can't wait to see what all of you come up with for a virtual vacation, and hopefully you can come up with something similar to what we were watching last night, because last night we all watched just a chunk of Ready Player One. And let me tell you, that was, it's filmed in 2045. What sign do you think that movie is ruled by? If you think about the 12 parts of life, the 12 essential parts of life, and what they mean, the part that we're in right now, for example, is Scorpio. So Scorpio is everything that's dark and everything that's, secretive and, hiding power, all of those things. Scorpio is basically, everything. Everything again, that's, dark. And then Libra is everything light and everything beautiful and everything harmonious. And then Scorpio is the other way around. But they are similar in their, relationships, except Scorpio is more of a sexual, intimate type sign, and Libra is more of a, airy, relationship sign. Okay? What sign do you think that movie that we were watching last night was ruled by? Can somebody tell me? Exactly, Aquarius, because Aquarius and Pisces are very, very similar, because they'll both, going into another world and escaping, out of the box. And Pisces is, the air to the water, because it's not just a water sign, it's also an air sign, because it's very flighty, it's up, and it's, dreamy, imaginative mind. And yet there's the emotional sensitivity there as well. So it is the air to the water. It's so ironic that Aquarius, aquatic, aquarium, and it's ruled by the water maiden, is so-called emotionally detached. And I don't think that any sign is, emotionally attached, and I think whoever said that has a very narrow vision for what emotions is. It's not just, feeling, just, crying and, outward. All the signs feel it and, express it and deal with it in, different ways, but everybody feels the same emotion, like everybody else, because everybody's human. But everybody feels it and shows it and deals with it differently based off of the chart, based off of their, sign. So if someone is super watery, then they feel emotion, like, how water people feel emotional. So, that's, really, that's how it is. So Aquarius, Aquarius is, an air sign, and it's, going out of the box. It is, ruled by Uranus. It rules rebelliousness. It's going, it's, going opposite against, systems and, all of those things. So Pluto right now is in Capricorn. Pluto plus Capricorn equals Aquarius. That's what it equals. Or Uranus. But Pluto is, whatever it's destructing. It's the planet of destruction. It's the planet of change and transformation. So it's in Capricorn. So it's destructing government. It's destructing authoritarian systems, career, purpose, all of those things. You wonder why everybody's skewed either to the left or to the right, and what's going on with the world right now. So Pluto in Capricorn so it's destructing that, so the result would be an Aquarian result. So I think that makes a lot of sense. So now you need to get to it, okay? So let's do it to it. That's the thing. So I just think it'd be nice for everybody to bond with her. Okay. So yeah, basically, evolves them from where they were when, that's the only change that, that those machines make. Basically the same person, but more of an evolved version of themselves. Nothing different, but, just a better version. So, yeah. Should we not be going to jail? So, everybody, you can, you know what? Yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay, everybody, you need to, leave, okay? So, I want you all, to go get your coats and everything, go outside, okay? And then we'll come back in after the 15 minutes are up, and then we'll continue doing what we need to do, okay? So go take care of that business. Okay, everybody, I hope that you all had a wonderful time outside. I know that it was cold and, dreary. I'm gonna go get my computer and everything, and I want you to hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay? Because we need to get this finished. I know that not all of you have finished yet. So, there's only like a couple pages left of it, okay? So we can get those pages in, and then, we're gonna have, the Hugo Clubus real quick, and then, I will, I'll let you all go free for the rest of the morning and the rest of the day, okay? So it's important that we have this meeting now so that we can get it over with as soon as possible. Okay? Now, let me go grab the book. See what page that we need to be on. Here. Okay. And it's okay. So let's see. So 5 minus 20. So yeah. So you should be where it says the Swede rightly gripping his vallus. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages away from the end, and then you'll find that there's a scene break. Okay, and that's gonna basically be a separate part of it. Okay. By the way, one other quick thing is that Chloe and Christy will be returning to the Edmonton sometime or another. Okay, so that's that's the plan, kind of, for everybody to keep in mind. Sometime either this season or next season. Okay. Now I'm going to put the cord into the computer so that we can get going with this. Because we need to get going with this. So everybody fine, I hope that you're answering the packet questions as well. I know I, sent emails out to you about that. I know that is. Okay, let's see here. So I'm trying, hope I didn't exit out. Okay, there we go. The World Hotel, Stephen Crane, final part. Okay, so that's the part that we need. Okay, so I'm going to back it up here. You were supposed to listen to both parts. So one of them on Friday, the other on Saturday, and then the next on Sunday. I was just, yesterday was so dysfunctional, and I was just not feeling very well, not feeling very patient yesterday with everything. So, but I'm feeling more of a new beginning this week. And also, Colette should be posting that, video on on her Oracle, reading, on the 7 energies, so make sure to tune into that video as well, okay? So, turn. So is everybody there? The World Hotel, Stephen Crane. Okay, I am basically pulling on this cord. Oh my gosh, I don't like doing this. This is not good for this cord. This is not going to be very healthy for this cord if I do that. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. So let's get going here, everybody. The World Hotel of Stephen Crane, final part. The Swede, tightly gripping his ballast, passed across the face of the ship. He was following a line of little naked, gasping trees which he knew must mark the way of the world. His face, fresh from the pounding of Johnny's fists, felt more pressure than pain in the wind of the burning snow. A number of squirrel shapes loomed upon him finally. He knew them as the houses of the main body of the town. Here was the bugles of the tempest pealing. It was hard to imagine a field river. However, the Swede found the settling. In front of it, an indomitable red light was burning, and the snowflakes were made light color as they flew through the lamp's shining. The Swede pushed open the door of the saloon and entered. A sanded expanse was before him, and at the end of it, 4 men sat about a table near him. Down one side of the room extended a waiting bar, and its guardian was leaning up upon his elbows, listening to the talk of the men at the table. The Swede dropped his ballast upon the floor, and smiling frantically upon the barkeep said, "Give me some whiskey, will you?" The man placed a bottle, whiskey glass, and a glass of water upon the bar. The Swede poured himself a normal portion of whiskey and drank it in 3 gulps. "Pretty bad night," remarked the bartender indifferently, but furtively studying the half-erased bloodstains on the face of the Swede. "Bad night," he said again. "It was good enough for me," replied the Swede heartily,
as he poured himself some more whiskey. The bank barkeeper took his coin and maneuvered it through the highway and peeled past
So he committed a crime, as we know.
the copious grams made the Swede's eyes swim, and he breathed a trifle heavier. Yes, I like this rather. Suits me. It was apparently his design to impart a deep significance to these words. So, murmured the bartender, languidly. Well, I guess I'll take another drink, said the Swede pleasantly. Have something. No thanks, I'm not drinking, answered the bartender. Afterward he asked, how did you hurt your face? The Swede immediately began to boast proudly. Why, in a fight, I stunned the soul out of a man down here at Scully's hotel. The interest of the four men at the table was at last aroused. Who was it? Asked one. Johnny Scully, blustered the Swede, son of the man what terms it. You'll be pretty near dead for some weeks, I can tell you. I made a nice thing of him. I did. You couldn't get up. They carried him to the house. Have a drink. Instantly the men in some subtle way encased themselves in reserve. No thanks, said one. The group was of curious formation. Two were prominent local businessmen. One was the district attorney, and one was a professional gambler of a kind known as Square. Able an observer to pick the gambler from the men of more suitable pursuits. It was, in fact, a man so delicate in manner when among people in show class, and so judicious in his choice of victims, that in the strictly masculine part of the town's life, he had come to be explicitly trusted and admired. People called him the thoroughbred. The Swede continued to drink raw whiskey, meanwhile babbling at the bank keeper. Come on, have a drink. What? No, by God. I've whipped a man tonight, and I want to celebrate, gentlemen, the Swede cried to the men at the table. Have a drink.